Oh, well, well. Are we live? Did it work? Let's see here. Anything? Let me know if you can see or hear me right now, chat. It worked? All right. Excellent. Well, well, well. I think we might have a little bit of a delay today, but, well, I'm glad we're working so far. Welcome to Paleontologizing, everybody. It is good to have you here. I am broadcasting to you live from outside of Denver, Colorado. This is Dinosaur Ridge, which is a really incredible place. I've been reading about this place since I was a kid. It's my first time ever visiting, and I'm so pleased to be able to bring you along for this little tour. I've got Laurdee and kaseysnowart with me as well. We'll go say hello to them in a minute. But just wanted to introduce you to one of the animals we're going to be seeing evidence of today. This is a big ornithopod dinosaur. Seems a little bit bigger than Eolambia, perhaps. But this is the same kind of critter that was leaving these big tridactyl tracks that we're going to see a bunch of today. So, it's going to be pretty neat. Anyway, for anybody who is here for the very first time, allow me to introduce myself real quick. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I do science outreach full-time here on Twitch. That means live streaming dinosaur digs out in Wyoming, in Utah, maybe Montana this year. It means going over new scientific papers as they're published, and discussing them with you in the chat. It means interviewing my friends and colleagues, other paleontologists and other researchers. Just trying to give you an inside peek into what paleontology is all about, who does it, and how we do it. So welcome to Paleontologizing, everybody. Again, this is going to be a fun stream. Cross your fingers that the signal holds throughout this. We were definitely having some issues during our last stream. But, yeah, and hey, TexArt, I am enjoying Colorado very much. Anyway, this is also a fundraising stream today, too. So, hopefully it worked and the subscribe button has been replaced by a donate button to Dinosaur Ridge, or rather, Friends of Dinosaur Ridge. Could somebody confirm that that is working? And I want to take a look at this, too, and make sure that how's our signal right now? We're at 7,800. Okay, yeah, pretty good. Pretty decent bandwidth. I think chat might just be a little bit slow right now. And donate is there instead. Thank you, Trent K. Excellent. All right. Beautiful. Well, let's go take a look at the little visitor center first, and I'll kind of give you a rundown on the different rocks we're going to see here, different dinosaurs that we're going to encounter while we're here, and all that good stuff. So again, this is Dinosaur Ridge here, just outside of Denver, Colorado. Red Rocks, the concert venue, is just down the road from here. Yeah, Dinosaur Ridge. I've got a couple of friends who work here, and unfortunately they're not here today. And this was kind of a surprise trip in a lot of ways. Didn't have a lot of time to plan, so big thank you to the folks who work here who are okay with me walking around and extolling the wonders and virtues of this incredible fossil site, the star-spangled stegosaur here. But let's take a look at the exhibit hall. And look who it is. Laurdee and kaseysnowart. Casey, I was wondering why I got a sudden influx of followers earlier today. Were you?
We may have mentioned that this could have been happening.
Awesome. Yeah. So everybody say hi to Casey here. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, worlds collide. Isn't this cool? Yeah. So Casey is a resident of Colorado here, and we've very much been enjoying your home state. So
I'm glad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been pretty cool. Here's a highway over there. Again, Red Rocks is just around the corner. I think that might be it down there.
Right around there, yeah.
Right around there? Nice.
Like around the bend.
Yeah. But, dinosaurs are the more exciting thing, so that's why we're here. Should we go ahead and take a poke around the exhibit hall? Let's go look around a little bit. Hopefully the signal holds through there. And again, I know I only set a $200 donation goal for today. If anybody's feeling more generous than that, then please. This place could really use your support. I love the different painted stegosaurs here. This is the state fossil of Colorado.
It is.
Yeah, stegosaurus, so... Do they have these in, the downtown area or something, painted differently?
Probably. I don't really leave the west side of Denver unless I have to, but there's a lot of dinosaur stuff around.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. I like I guess this is supposed to be the Western Interior Seaway over here with the plesiosaur and the marine croc. Neat. So we've already paid our admission to the exhibit hall here, so we can just waltz right in. There we go, thank you. Hey there. How's it going?
Okay.
Yeah. We're here to kind of poke around a little bit and see some of these exhibits.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Would you want to introduce yourself to the folks at home?
I'm Bob Kaler, just a volunteer here at Dinosaur Ridge.
Bob is awesome. So he's got, he's a former geologist, current geologist. He's got training in geology.
Yeah, you can't be a former geologist.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it never leaves you. So yeah, we were talking geology earlier, and that was cool. So Bob's a cool guy.
I hope so.
We're lucky to have him here. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just going to kind of walk around and look at some of the different exhibits. If you want to, if you're busy, then I totally understand. But if you want to give us a little spiel, that'd be great too.
Unless somebody comes in,
Yeah.
Of
course.
shows up, I have to interact with them.
No worries. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we can't get him to leave his post chat, so just But yeah. Let's have a little look around, I guess. Get some background on the stuff we're going to see up on the ridge. Pretty neat. So we've got Morrison Formation here. I love this art by Michael Skrupnik. This is just beautiful.
Yep.
Like lovely representation of this floodplain here. We've got an allosaur lurking in the background.
Yep.
Got some big diplodocid sauropods. Those are probably apatosaurus back there.
Those are apatosaurs.
Apatosaurs? Excellent.
Yeah,
All right.
The picture's reflected down in these small...
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Here I am just trying to guess at what these are, and it's labeled right there. Really neat. Yeah. So we've talked a lot on this channel about how plant communities have changed throughout the Mesozoic, and Bobby, you were talking earlier about how this is before the angiosperms. There's just these other plants here.
Right, yeah. There's no angiosperms. There's no grasses.
Right.
There's no flowers.
Right, yeah.
So that all comes later.
Right. So, pretty cool. I love this, this is a great way to kind of give people their bearings before they actually go up and see the fossils.
Yeah.
They'll appreciate things a little bit better if they have some background info.
Well, and people can come in here, get a general idea of what's going on.
Exactly.
And then they can go up, or they can take the bus, come back, and fill in that way. So it works both ways.
Right, yeah. No, we got a ride share up here from downtown Denver, and the driver said he'd never been here before. He's like, is it worth coming here and poking around? I said, absolutely it is.
Yeah. Well, we get that from a lot of local people that come in. And stuff. Generally, we get more visitors from out of state.
Oh, okay.
Especially, it's Tuesday and stuff, so people are leaving on a plane flight at 4 or something. So
that makes sense.
Look for something to do today for half a day.
It's a great place to do it.
Yeah.
We've got indoor stuff, outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
We've got the ancient past.
There's stuff for kids to do. There's a couple of sandboxes they can look at. One case they can get little fossils.
Oh, neat.
And things. But then the dinosaur stuff up the hillside is really neat.
Very cool. Yeah. This is neat. This is a small space, but it's jam-packed with information. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so the rocks underlying the actual trackway is all Morrison Formation, right? So that's...
Yes.
Yeah. Jurassic, so... Yeah. Classic dinosaurs like Stegosaurus and Allosaurus. Brachiosaurus was first discovered not too far from here, I think.
Western Colorado.
Western Colorado, yeah.
Grand Junction area.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay. I forgot how far east we are here.
Yeah.
My Colorado geography is... Yeah, so we're right here. There's Denver. So Grand Junction is going to be over here.
Right.
Yeah, and that's near where I work in eastern Utah, kind of near Moab. I do a lot of field work out there. Very cool. Oh, and I want to take a look at this too. Diplosaurus. Oh, I didn't realize this. So yeah, Goniophilus is a name that I hear a lot.
Right.
And I guess it's been renamed recently.
What they did was, what happened was, it was named Diplosaurus when they first found it.
Right.
Because again, this is 1877.
Yep.
So they didn't quite know what was going on.
Exactly. Yeah. Didn't have a lot of context.
And such. So they thought it was a saurus, a lizard and stuff. Anyway, it's a crocodile and stuff. Well, then 1890. There's a European species, genus called Goniophilus. Somebody said, renamed it in fullest. Well, then in 2010,
gotcha. So
it went back to Diplosaurus. So it's Diplosaurus.
So it's distinct from the European Goniopholis. Yeah,
They're
very
not
cool.
similar, yeah, and Judy Peterson made this beautiful replica.
Oh, wow. She sculpted that?
Yep.
That is beautiful.
One day I'm standing here, and there's a elderly lady. She'll hate me. Ellie's like, "Oh yeah, it's Judy Peterson made this beautiful thing." Yeah, she says, "I don't know. I made it. I'm Judy Peterson."
That's so cool. Oh man, the people you run into at a place like this.
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Very cool. Here, I want to get a close up of that too. She really nailed the crocodilian.
Yeah.
It's on the surface.
At Yale, I guess. Is where
the original
Marsh's stuff is.
Right.
That's where the original is, and there are more pieces of that apparently other than the skull.
And I really appreciate the gumption here because when there's I don't know, sometimes you have a specimen that you really want to display and no one has molds of it, so you can't make a cast.
Yeah.
So she just went and sculpted it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What a go-getter. That's awesome. And now thousands of people enjoy this every year. That's really cool.
Yeah, well, it's fun to ask kids, what is it?
Yeah. How often do they get it right?
Yeah. Well, not often.
Not often,
At best, 50% of the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah. Most of the time, they're small enough that they're just bewildered about what am I looking at.
Right,
They understand a fossil.
Gotcha. I see what you mean. Yeah. It's kind of a high concept. Yeah. And over here. Oh, we'll get to Eolambia in a minute, but I'm inordinately excited about this dinosaur. But first, I want to talk about, yes, we've got Jurassic Age rocks here, but all the footprints are in Dakota Formation, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so these are going to be early Cretaceous here. So this is, I think, roughly equivalent to the Natarita Formation in Utah that we've talked about before on stream. So it's kind of like a coastal environment, sort of delta, floodplain. I think you've got a lot of marine influence, probably. So
well, it's getting close to marine. So it's terrestrial for the Morrison.
Yeah.
It's terrestrial there yet. And then once you get to Eolambia, then you're right on the edge where it's beaches and tidal.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Tidal flats and stuff.
Cool. I love this big Camarasaurus femur here too. Have you been to the museum in Denver and seen the big fleshed out Camarasaurus model? They have it when you take the elevator up from the parking lot. It's rearing up on its hind legs. It's 40 feet tall.
Okay,
but it's the same dinosaur.
Elevator from the parking lot.
Yeah, there's an underground parking lot. You take an elevator up.
Oh, no, I've not been there.
Yeah, you should check it out the next time you're there, though. Look out for the Camarasaurus.
Yeah.
When you're walking around at ground level, you can just sort of see its head peeking out.
Oh, that.
And you walk over, and it's down in the.
It looks like it's in a pit.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking it was inside the building. No, it's outside.
Yeah.
The parking garage.
Yeah, it's the same dinosaur, Camarasaurus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what this one is. But this is
right.
This is a juvenile. Okay. And well, and it's I'm saying it's a early teenager maybe or something like that. And so that size, it's going to grow into something like that.
Oh yeah. These guys get up to about 80 feet long, I think, for Camarasaurus supremus. There's a few different species. Supremus is the biggest one, as you would imagine, given its name. But yeah, very cool. Love this Camarasaurus model here. Really cool.
Very cool sauropods for sure.
Yeah, this is the most common sauropod dinosaur in the Morrison Formation. So I've dug up a few sauropod bones before with LJ Krumenacker. Those were probably Camarasaurus, just by the numbers. The odds are it's probably Camarasaurus.
Did you finish?
What's that?
Did you finish digging it out?
Yeah, we only got a couple, but it was just a few isolated pieces. It was probably like a coracoid and part of a scapula or something. Yeah.
Not like the whole femur.
No, definitely not. No.
Many years to get a femur.
And then there's that skull right there. This is the same one that I used to have in my office, and now it's at the Children's Natural History Museum of Fremont. But I need to print another one of those because there's 3D files for it online. But yeah, here's a juvenile Camarasaurus, and then here's a more or less full-grown Brachiosaurus right there.
Especially these unique faces.
Yeah, they're really cool, aren't they?
Yeah.
The name Camarasaurus means chambered lizard, and it's because of these big air-filled chambers that were in the skull. Because it's it's so light and airy. There's just so many air-filled spaces there. That's the nostril in the front, by the way, and the eye socket is behind it. Yeah. I like how the Brachiosaurus has one gold tooth there too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's gotta look nice.
Yeah. And then we have Diplodocus here. I think this is the Dippy skull. This is like a cast of the skull. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's so small.
Yeah, for an animal,
For an
80 feet
animal
long.
as big as it is, that's a tiny head.
But that's an adaptation, because if you're going to have a huge long neck, you need to have something
Too much
lightweight
weight,
at the end. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. But here, let's go back into the Cretaceous here. Everybody, have we talked about Eolambia before on stream? I don't know if we have.
Doesn't ring too many bells for me.
Yeah. So this is an early duck-billed dinosaur from Utah. Almost certainly lived here in Colorado as well. But this one, the foot is the right size and the right shape for this animal to be the critter that left the footprints that we're going to see in a little bit. So we don't know if it's Eolambia per se, but it's an Eolambia-like animal that was leaving those tracks. So somebody can look it up, but I think Jim may have actually named Eolambia. That might be one of his dinosaurs. I know a lot of different people have worked on it, but really important dinosaur because this is potentially like the origin of the duckbills. Yeah. Cool stuff. It's just neat to see Eolambia on display. It's a dinosaur that usually doesn't get enough attention. So when we're gonna be looking at those trackways later, at all the footprints, picture this kind of environment. So this would have been, near shore, kind of a beachy sand. These animals walking along, leaving their tracks. So it's going to look very different today, obviously. We're very far from the ocean nowadays in Colorado, but it used to be beachfront property 100 million years ago. There you go. You will be here. Yeah, there we go. When we go and look at those tracks later. So this is the western interior seaway starting to come through right there on the shore. Very cool.
And you've been to the other major track sites in the U.S. before, right?
I've been to a few others. I've not streamed from any of them, I don't think.
Oh.
But I've been to some of the ones near Moab, Utah.
St. George.
And St. George, obviously. I've streamed from there, yeah. But this is one of the big important ones in the country. So you should be proud, Casey.
Listen, I put a lot of work into getting these here, so I'm very... No, it's really cool to get to live by it. And every time I hike here, I'm always like, what am I missing? Because I don't know how to identify fossils yet while hiking.
Well, we'll take a look at that today and
Perfect.
hopefully learn some stuff.
That's my whole purpose here.
Now, is Lenina here in the chat? Because there's Acrocanthosaurus for her there. Yeah, nice. And Jim did name it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Reiko. I appreciate that. Jim did name Eolambia. Very, very cool. And Demos Norm says, if you see a Eutyrannus, let me know. There was one in the gift shop that we saw earlier. Yeah, you have an excellent gift shop here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Eutyrannus is the...
I stay out of it.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous.
You hear all...
That's right.
Yeah. But you hear all the time, like...
Yeah.
Got all the souvenirs you need stored up here, I'm sure. Yeah.
I got junk all over the house. I have to have reinforced the thing to go.
Tell us about this pterosaur up here. That's really cool. Was that sculpted here on site?
I don't know where they got it.
Yeah, okay.
It's been here ever since I've been here.
Nice.
Yeah. So if
got a lot of character.
Watch the movie, it goes around. So there's a description of pteranodons in general. And Pteranodon itself and Rhamphorhynchus.
Nice. Okay.
Or,
yeah.
Rhamphorhynchus? Yeah. But difference between pteranodons and pterodactyls.
Right. Yeah. Very cool. Nice. So long-necked plesiosaurs. So much excellent microscopic art.
Watch the evolution of the ocean.
Yeah,
This is a different version than you see on the other wall maps.
Gotcha,
I think it's a more recent interpretation. But the results should be the same.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I think these are Ron Blakey's maps. He does these paleogeography maps.
Yeah, so we could be at 1,000 feet of water here.
Right.
92 million years ago.
Yeah. Very cool. You could go deep sea fishing in Colorado back then. Pretty neat. I love this elasmosaur skull here too. That's so cool. These forward-facing teeth.
I've been downtown to the Denver Museum. So
Yeah.
I've got a couple of those.
Yep.
I think they're from Kansas in the lobby as you come in.
Yeah, full size. They're so cool. I just did a collections visit there yesterday, so I was looking at the back room, taking measurements and stuff. And yeah, really cool. It's nice to be able to get some science done on a trip like
Watch the
this.
TV. There's the last.
Yeah.
Now what?
Oh, yeah.
But it happens so fast.
Short-necked plesiosaur, yeah.
People don't understand.
There's those
Oh,
ammonites.
yeah, it's a mosasaur.
Oh, was it a mosasaur?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That would make sense with elasmosaurs, yeah. Yeah, because the short-necked plesiosaurs were already extinct by the time the elasmosaurs show up. And there's pteranodon. Yeah.
Pteranodons.
Nice. Okay. Larger than, yeah, pterodactylus. So that's from the Jurassic of Europe, from Germany, I think. Yeah. Very cool. Nice. Yeah, there's some Mark Whitten art. I got to meet this artist back in November.
It's in a lot of these videos now. They're starting to fill in the sky with pterodactyls, pteranodons, and stuff like that, and they're trying to be time correct for what organisms they got,
Right? Yeah.
and things like that. So it's really cool. Fill in the vegetation.
Right.
That's the hard thing to do, I think.
Yep.
You know, how much do we know about it?
Yeah, and here there's like, it's really tough to find environments to film in nowadays that don't have grasses. There's a few grasses here. They tried to be subtle about it, but yeah, that didn't exist at the time of the dinosaurs. When they're making documentaries like this, they say that's the most difficult thing, is to find locations that don't have any grass.
Oh yeah,
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Forested area.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. These ammonites here, very neat.
That's my favorite stuff.
The ammonites?
Yeah, I'm an invertebrate person.
Oh, okay,
so that
nice.
was my training.
Yeah, yeah. Did you work on ammonites or anything
No,
like that?
no.
Yeah.
I went to school in Wisconsin, and they had
At Madison?
Yep.
Yeah, they've got an excellent geology museum
It
there.
was
Yeah.
the end of an era of stratigraphic paleontology because a lot of the work had been done, but we had a couple of people that were had been collectors for 30 years or more, and they had beautiful collections of stuff. So we got trained in how to do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Stratigraphy.
It's so important, and it is a shame that, like, I don't know, you used to be able to get a job at an oil company as a paleontologist and, like, doing stratigraphy. I've got friends and colleagues who used to do it with foraminifera or radiolaria.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
that's it. Small stuff. There's not very many positions now.
Exactly.
One of my best friends used to do that. At the end of his life, he had trouble finding a job.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. And I recognize this skull. This is AMNH 5027. So this is the same Tyrannosaurus skull that's in the Jurassic Park logo. It's the same exact one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That front view is excellent.
Yeah. It's interesting how it was kind of squashed during diagenesis, just overlying rock. And I mushed it, but yeah. There's an interesting, like right here in front of the lacrimal bone, it's the ectopterygoid bone that got kind of shunted out of place. So if you look on the other side, it's not there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so this should be like up in the interior, but since the skull was kind of crushed,
When it was fossilized,
if you look at the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World logo, you'll see that same weird lump right there.
Okay, so that's the side they used to.
Yeah, so this is the same exact skull that they
I
used.
didn't know that,
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting tidbit that I
There you go, yeah.
trot out now. Well, what I do when I'm talking to kids, especially trying to entertain kids, I get this.
There we go.
Tooth out.
They're rooting on it, yeah.
Okay, I don't know where did that come from. I don't know. But what I do is say, okay, look at this. this would not fit in that jaw.
Right.
So the animal that this came from had to have been bigger than this one was and stuff. And then that groove is where there's another tooth growing.
Exactly, yeah.
And stuff. So I try to explain that to them.
Very cool. This might be a little bit artificially lengthened, because I've never actually seen one in a museum this long.
Oh, okay.
But I do have a cast of one from Museum of the Rockies, and it's about that long. Goes through about here.
Yeah, I don't know where we got it.
Yeah.
I assume you could, Aaron upstairs would know who they bought it from. I would assume this is real. It doesn't look like it's been, artificially
sometimes
stretched.
What like commercial groups will do is they'll take broken pieces from two different teeth and they'll put them together. So maybe they did that here. Maybe
that could be. Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, looking at this side.
Yeah.
But the other thing you could do is nowadays you just take a picture of a short one and you blow it up.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's fun. Talking about teeth.
Oh yeah, they're super cool. And these animals, I'm sure they're replacing their teeth all the time. They never ran out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, you try to tell them that. I gotta dredge up a picture of like a triceratops set of teeth, a plate, individual teeth in rows.
Yep. We call that a dental battery.
Yeah.
It's like a gun battery, but just with teeth. Yeah.
Well, you're more current than I am. I read something about these guys, and it's like 6 to 7 sets is what they think it might have had in a full life.
Oh, more than that for T-Rex?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's thought that maybe... Well, I could be out of date with this too, but the last that I heard is that they're probably going through all of their teeth about once a year.
Really?
Yeah.
That fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can do histology on the teeth, like you can cut them open and look at the growth rates.
Yeah.
And I think it generally shows that they're not holding on to them for very long.
Yeah. Well, and I tell people, if you go to a museum and you're looking at an actual fossil, the teeth don't look nice and even or anything. They're all kind of scraggly. That's because of different eruption
stages
and all of it.
And I've worked on specimens before where like one of the teeth didn't fall out properly, and so another one is coming in, so it's got like 2 in a socket. And like you get abscesses and stuff in there, and just it's nasty, but it tells a story about the animal's life. This is something that it was dealing with on a daily basis.
I tell people I'm always jealous. Dinosaurs never had to go to a dentist.
Exactly,
It's not fair.
But as a result, though, they always had big gaps in their smile, though.
Yeah. My grandfather was a dentist, so that's
I
remember when I was growing up.
That's so cool. Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
You got a read from Sushi.
Oh, thank you. Should be paying more attention. I appreciate that, Casey. So if anybody's just joining us, welcome. I'm Paleontologizing. This is kaseysnowart.
Hi.
We're here at Dinosaur Ridge in Colorado, just outside of Denver.
Hi, Sushi.
And Sushi Cat, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Yeah. What's the average age for T-Rex? Like how long ago did it live, or how mature? So T-Rex, we've got them from about 68 to 66 million years ago. They were one of the last dinosaurs that bought the farm when that asteroid hit. So they're some of the last non-bird dinosaurs on Earth. For this one here, there was just a new paper that came out looking at the growth rings in T-Rex bones and trying to figure out how old they were when they died. And we used to think that they had like a big growth spurt in their teenage years, and they grew really quickly, but now, like by counting the rings a little bit more closely and with better quality imaging and stuff, it seems like they grew a little bit slower than we thought. So an animal this size, might be 40 years old, something like that. Yeah. But anyhow, hope that makes sense. And Jim in Disguise says, you ever dug out a head skull? Yeah, I've excavated skulls of dinosaurs before, certainly. Yeah. And how old before they died? So we do have some juvenile specimens of T-Rex that were younger. This one is probably, if I were to guess, I'd say in its 30s, but I don't actually know for sure. But when I was at the museum yesterday, I got to see T-Rex. In person.
Cool.
Very, very cool.
They've made quite a bit of progress on it.
Yeah. No, it's on display now. It's out of the lab area, and it's now in its own.
Is it? Oh, man.
Yeah. And if you want to go see it, go in the next couple weeks, because they're going to be closing that area down.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I really want to go.
Yeah.
Might have to.
It was really cool. Again, I got to go on a collections visit yesterday at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Couldn't stream anything, but took a bunch of measurements and photos of some important specimens and just working on science stuff, you know? Yeah.
Their collections are so cool looking.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah. Yeah.
I get to do microfossil pet in one of those rooms, and it's very
cool.
Very tempting all the time to just like wander around. I'm like, no, I need to focus, but
yeah. More wonderful Michael Skrepnik art here. Triceratops charging a Tyrannosaurus, who is zeroing in on the baby track right there.
No.
Yeah.
Find the 2 secret animals on there.
Secret animals. I'm guessing there's going to be
I see a bird.
I see a bird there. Is there going to be a turtle too? I wonder. There were so many turtles in the Hell Creek.
Yeah, well,
We got a little mammal here.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got them.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah.
It took me 2 years to notice them.
Really? I mean, good for them. They're trying to hide in a world ruled by the dinosaurs, so yeah.
But it's the important part of the story because the birds and the mammals survived. So.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that I tell viewers a lot when we're talking about the end Cretaceous extinction, is that birds and mammals, while they did survive, it was just barely. So it was something like 90% of mammal species and bird species also died out at the boundary. So yeah, a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah. Well, if you got a tour of the museum downtown, you saw that the fossils they got from Colorado Springs, the Eocene or Paleocene stuff.
Yeah, from Corral Bluffs. Yeah. Really cool stuff. They're doing such important work there, like just after the KPG boundary, looking at all these different faunas we're covering. And, yeah. Anyway, Bob, we got to ask you about this enormous vertebra right here.
Okay. Well, here, let me show you this.
Yeah.
Picture this. This is the original article.
So
that's the original bone.
Right. So just this part right here. So the rest is reconstructed.
Reconstructed.
Yeah.
And that's Cope who dug it up. And it's 1874 or 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is based on that reconstruction. That's 9 feet tall. This article is by Ken Carpenter.
Yep.
And he reclassified it.
Yep.
In 1877, they didn't have many dinosaur groups to go to, so Cope plugged it into Diplodocus, and that gave him a certain size and everything, and everything. So in 2018, the other thing is that the bone's been lost.
Yep.
That bone's
There
gone.
is no original. So I have friends who have looked for it in the collections in New York, and they couldn't find it anywhere.
Our story is they always have a receipt. We got it, but they don't know where it is.
Exactly,
How do you lose something?
Well, I mean, so that's what we're trying to figure out. Part of it is that Cope named it Amphicelius fragilimus, given that it was very fragile.
Okay.
There is a decent chance that the thing just crumbled.
Right. Well, my guess is Cope stuff was sold to the American Museum of Natural History in, was it 1905? Anyway, they didn't pack it well enough, and it got to New York in a box, and it was gravel, and they just threw it out. That's a guess. Who knows? Somebody could have stolen it.
It wouldn't have looked like much though, so I don't know if anybody would try to steal it.
Well, that's it. You know, that's the
like
picture.
That. Yeah, thank you for showing us this. I've got another friend who wrote a paper about Amphicelius, and he thinks his working theory is that it was a typo. That like the measurements, saying it was really, really big.
Yeah.
Cope may have just made a goof.
I mean, this is the length. The black one is what he thought. 190 feet long, and then with Ken's reinterpretation,
giving that it might be a Rabacosaur.
Right, a Rabacosaur, and the question we've got, there don't seem to be any other Rabacosaur bones from the Jurassic in North America. Well, where are the rest of them? And that to me has always been a mystery.
So a lot of mystery still surrounding this animal. It's got this legendary status in dinosaur paleontology. Amphicelius. What was it? How big did it really get? And it's cool that we've got this. Again, just to give you a sense of scale here, this is one dorsal vertebra. So a dorsal vertebra from a person would be about 3 inches tall, maybe. So Laurdee, we were just talking about this. We don't know if there ever was a sauropod this big. There's a lot of different things that maybe there was a typo, like in the scale bar, so that, he didn't actually intend to tell everybody that it was actually this big.
Well, I think there was pretty much a controversy.
Yeah.
The 190, I think it was 150 is what I read.
I've heard over 200. People have come up with lots of different. It all depends on the proportions.
It was all over the place, and so there was a lot of controversy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Given what they had for Diplodocus, and Brontosaurus, and Apatosaurus, it was so much bigger than anything anybody had.
Right.
It freaked everybody out.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
So yeah. Anyway, and we've got a big old Scapcoracoid up here. Is this Supersaurus up here?
Apatosaurus.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that's huge.
All this is Jurassic.
Yeah.
All these. The little model shows the yellow bones are the pieces we got on the wall here on the other side.
Very cool. Yeah, and this is a real femur right here.
Yep.
Still in a field jacket.
Femur.
Yeah. Pretty big.
Yeah.
Even, it is the largest bone in a dinosaur's body, the femur, but even considering that, just huge. And Diplodocus is not even the biggest of the sauropods.
Right. Yeah.
It's
comparing this to that.
I know. I was literally just thinking, wait, this is the leg bone?
No,
so
not for
these,
the same dinosaur. I don't
think.
Yeah.
Well, you could get a rough idea on it.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm just scaling this up in my head. Like for a femur that would fit that,
it would be like 3 times as long. Yeah.
So huge.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Like there's a lot of debate over whether an animal that big could even work on land. Like, is there some physical constraint? Like, would it just be too large? And different researchers have different views on this.
And without the bone, you can't really know.
Exactly.
You can't see if it's how hollow it is or like anything about the histology.
Well, they know.
That's so frustrating.
I thought maybe that article. I forget where I got my information. That Rabacosaurs are known from Central and South America, and they've got beautiful whole
Africa too, I think.
specimens and such. So they can scale. If in fact he's right, you can scale it up with some confidence.
But it's
again, why
I
is
mean,
that?
even just looking at this, imagine that size, and then the femur would be almost 2 stories tall.
Enormous. Rabacosaurs do have different proportions, but still,
imagine close.
It would be stupendously large. So yeah.
I hate it when we lose all the giant dinosaur bones. Just misplace them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I got You want a goofy story? I hope you cut this out. You know why that's the only bone?
Why is that?
Because remember the movie Independence Day? There's a giant spaceship comes down. Well, they came in the Jurassic looking for barbecue.
No.
So they picked up all the Jurassic Rabacosaurs because they look like razorback pigs. They started cooking. They ate one and threw the bone out the back and went off into space with the rest of them.
I think it was a Gary Larson cartoon that had like a similar idea at one point. The Far Side. Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought maybe that's what you were referencing, but
no. That was all made up by me.
Yeah.
And, trust me.
Interesting hypothesis.
It's not the truth.
Don't write that down, chat.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Bob. Really appreciate your time and your stories. This has been great. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Good stuff. We're going to go ahead and walk around a little bit more. We might pop in later, but yeah, again, really appreciate it.
Come back if you want. Sure.
Thank you, Bob.
Sure.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Let's go see some tracks.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah. All right. So again, for anybody just joining us, we're here at Dinosaur Ridge, just outside of, is Morrison, Colorado over here? Morrison, Colorado, yeah.
Morrison, Bolden.
Namesake of the Morrison Formation, which stretches across like 8 different states. Anyway, welcome to Paleontologizing. I'm being joined by kaseysnowart here, and by Laurdee.
Hello.
And we're gonna go walk around and see some tracks. Oh yeah.
So the noise canceling off of the highway.
You do what you want to do.
I know, but I can hear you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't have like music on. Like my radio.
Lourdee's ignoring me back here.
Let's see. And track type, Petrodactylus. Can't wait.
Enjoying the dinosaur.
And there you go, Misadventures in Astro. Yeah, they even have T-shirts of the Stegosaurus license plate here. I'm going to see if I can grab one of those before we go. I already made sure to get the pressed pennies beforehand. That was priority number 1.
I do love all these.
Aren't these great? Yeah.
They're really cool.
Yeah. Oh, runaway receipt. There we go. Live broadcast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried.
Let's take a look at this Stegosaurus over here. I love the paint scheme on this. I don't know how naturalistic that is, but it's really visually appealing. Oh, missing a dorsal plate there. Cool. Which way to the tracks?
This way.
All right, let's do it.
That's the ridge right there. See that angle?
Beautiful, yeah. Fantastic.
Hopefully not too far.
This will be nice. Yeah. Very surprised looking Triceratops. Yeah. Yeah, really. What emote captures this same expression here?
He's screaming emotes.
Yeah. Maybe leatherback yell or something. Yeah. Very cool. I like that we've even got the teeth in here. That's neat. You often don't have that in models like this. Yeah. We do not have Triceratops here at Dinosaur Ridge. This is going to be earlier in the Cretaceous period, but we'll talk about that when we get there. We'll walk past our Stegosaurus here, too. Who is safely enclosed. Yeah. Oh, our state fossil here in Colorado. Nice. Yeah, our rideshare driver, when we were driving up, he's like, wow, the head on that is really small, isn't it? Like, yeah, that's what they're like. Stegosaurs. Yeah.
Put all their energy into the spike.
But what a beautiful landscape here. Holy cow.
Gorgeous.
Every time I walk by any of these hills, I'm always wondering like how many dinosaurs are in there, and we just don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do I get in there? How do I know what I'm looking for?
That's why we usually just wait for erosion where,
True.
you know, we get too excited and start digging at a random spot and never find anything.
I'm curious if anybody in chat has ever been on a hike and found a fossil. Please let me know.
Yeah.
Your secrets. I always wonder about that when I'm walking. Careful of the road.
Yeah.
It's over there. We need to get a shot.
Oh, yeah. Have some cows over there.
They're big dinosaur fans.
And what is this plant here? Shoot. That's nifty. What this is.
Check chat.
I might take a picture and well, oh, here, I can, now that I've got my new wristband thing.
Hello, Nin, that is not what I'm asking.
Let's see. Take a picture there. Yeah. Put that on iNaturalist. I've not been logging enough organisms yet on this trip, so I got to make sure I get at least a few.
We need to do Sounds fun. It sounds like Pokemon Go for nature.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the cool thing is that researchers actually use the data collected on there.
It's like citizen science, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a really cool concept. One of these days, maybe now that I'm not working a day job, I'll have time for fun things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and what's neat too is that you don't have to snap the pictures with the app. If you have digital photos from years past, as long as you know where you took them, you can upload them, and yeah. And it's neat just as like a keepsake kind of thing too, because you can look at where you've been throughout the world, and
that's true.
It's like a scrapbook, but for living things. It's super cool.
But yeah, on the other side of this is Red Rocks.
Right, okay.
Really famous, for anyone in chat who's not aware, a really famous geological and concert venue.
Right.
But it's very cool. It's very similar to a Garden of the Gods down in Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay.
If anybody's been there before. And I think, I have a map of this. I think you can go around the side, and there's a little bit more on the other side. Okay. Depending on how much time you guys have, or how cold you feel.
I'm good so far, but...
Yeah, there's so many ridges like this all over Colorado.
So I read that they initially discovered this back in the 30s, I think, when they were building the road through here. Yeah. And,
it's a vibe.
Yeah. For a long time, they were wondering, like, how do we preserve or protect this? And I think it might have been friends of Dinosaur Ridge who were instrumental in getting this place preserved for future generations. So, again, we're doing this stream as a little fundraiser for friends of Dinosaur Ridge. So instead of the subscribe button, you'll see the little donate button. They'd really appreciate any support that, you might be willing to give. So.
I don't know if away, but he was fundraising goal over time has been $700,000. They're down to $65,000.
Okay.
So they're getting pretty close to their goal of being able to, like, I guess this way, but yeah.
Okay, here we can cross here.
This is Colorado.
And there's no stop sign sometimes.
Yeah.
You do. As somebody who walked to the chickens this morning and almost got one who red light. Just be careful.
Yeah. Have the chickens been enjoying the seasonally warm, unseasonally warm
yes,
weather?
Too much. We have one that's broody right now.
Yeah?
Which usually happens when the weather is warm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So a broody hen in January and February is very unseasonal, but you have to pick her up and get her off the nest so she eats. So.
Normally this time of year we'd have snow on the ground here, right?
In Colorado it varies, but usually we get snow about once a week.
Okay.
I would say once every 2 weeks maybe. In this part of Colorado. Not so much in Denver.
Right.
Everybody's watching from Denver, like, that's not true. Yeah, well, we're like quite a bit higher up here than Denver. But not this year. This year's been this is probably the coldest day that we've had in a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In the 60s
Okay.
and 70s. It's been very pleasant.
Yeah, I feel like it got into the mid-70s yesterday. So walking back from the museum, like, holy cow, this is warm for February in the Rockies.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
Like, we'll occasionally get warm snaps, but not for this long. It's been like weeks of 60s. So it's very strange.
Let's see. Get my chat back up here.
I could try to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah. And MS Coggins says, if you live in Colorado and don't already have the Stegosaurus license plate, getting one also supports Friends of Dinosaur Ridge? Exactly, yeah. And you get a really cool license plate. I mean...
You do. It might be time for me to upgrade.
Yeah?
I don't have one yet, I'm ashamed to say. I don't drive that much, so I don't think about it.
Yeah, I get that.
But every time I look and see one on the highway, I'm like, man, I need one of those.
That's something I'm always a little jealous of, coming from California, is we don't have a whole lot of specialty license plates like that. Other states have us beat there, like Colorado or Montana or hopefully Utah now.
Well, you always live near a dinosaur.
Exactly, yeah. We've got Benton Shale here, so yeah, this is going to be a lot of probably Benton mud. So this is the sort of stuff that when it rains, there's like volcanic ash mixed in with the mudstone, and so it just turns to like paste when it rains.
Great.
So it's not fun to do field work in when it's raining, to say the least. But I wonder if that's named after a person named Benton, and that's where bentonite comes from. I'd have to look into that, because we talk about bentonitic mud all the time in, paleontology and geology. But I wonder if it's like named after a guy named Benton. It makes sense.
It seems like a theme in scientific naming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh look, a little dinosaur.
Yeah. Was that a? No, not a robin.
No. What are those called? Sam.
Not an oriole. Is it a towhee?
Yes, it's a towhee.
Yeah?
A towhee, yeah. I have one that lives outside my apartment.
Very
It's
cool.
different than ours in California.
Yeah, we get the
But kind of the same?
it's going to be related, I think.
Yeah, it's just
Orange bird there? Yeah.
I couldn't think of the name, although it's coming with
We get California towhees back home, but these guys are much more colorful.
They're bright, rusty.
Yeah.
They live in the bush right outside.
There he goes.
I had to use any bird identifying app. Kept identifying the same bird and forgetting. 'Cause I'm not used to hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah, real life dinosaurs, exactly, Kenneth, yeah. Yeah. Well, both extinct and extant. We're going to see some evidence of extinct dinosaurs in a little bit. Got a sign here. Dakota Ridge Ecology. Nice. Prickly pear cactus. Classic.
Phrase.
I've never heard it.
Heard what?
Chock-a-block with loose rocks.
She asked me if that was a regional
Yeah,
phrase.
chock-a-block. I kind of feel like that's more Australian. I don't know.
Oh.
You've never heard that before?
No.
Oh.
I've heard like chock full of.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like
Chock-a-block.
chock-a-block is kind of Australian coded, I think. I don't know. What do you think, Chad? Yeah.
I mean, he said it with such confidence.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Oh, and Christmas Cat says, according to Wikipedia, it's named after Fort Benton, where it was discovered. Fort Benton up in Montana?
I bet Fort Benton was named after a dude.
Probably, yeah.
Just saying.
Turns out it was also named after a rock, and it's just a big loop. And here we go. So here's... I'm starting to see some of these rock faces here. At the time these were deposited, these were flat. So you can see the uplift that's occurred here during primarily probably the Laramide orogeny. So like big mountain building events, when the Rocky Mountains were being pushed up, it caused all of this tilting here too. So again, all of these... Oops. Why is this turning around? That's weird. All of these rocks used to be, you know, flat when they were deposited. Yeah. Colorado below the sea. Yeah, there's that same image of those elasmosaurs, like we saw in the visitor center there. I think that's, yeah, Michael Skrepnik. Nice ammonite. Very cool. So yeah, this is really kind of shaly stuff.
Are often referred to as like trash fossils because they're so common. Or maybe that's just in Texas.
I mean, yeah, among like private collectors, they might say that. Yeah.
I feel like I was told that by a scientist.
Oh, really?
Because there's so many, like, so like in Texas specifically, we have tons of fossilized stuff in my backyard that when they were building the house, they just found these huge rocks full of like clams and things. My mom uses them as doorstops. And apparently they're just so common there that they're called, they just don't even care if you find them.
I mean, yeah, well, also in the U.S., invertebrate fossils are legal to collect, I think even on public land. So only animals with backbones that are much more rare.
Exactly, just because they're so common.
Yeah.
Maybe the scientists are just being flippant.
I mean, there's probably not an invertebrate paleontologist who is saying that, calling them trash fossils. But, yeah. A lot of those are really useful for stratigraphy, too. Like, if they're really common, then, yeah. If you know they're from a particular time, then if you find one, you know the rocks that you're looking at are from that time. So we call those index fossils.
Well, we have really big index fossils at the shed door in my parents'
Yeah. No, it's cool to have that kind of thing. Like, it's just a connection with the landscape and with its ancient history.
It's funny the things you take for granted. Like, I didn't realize that was a normal thing, that people would just dig in their backyard and find fossils.
Yep. Yeah.
So when I hear people like, oh, fossil's not real, I'm like, what do you mean? When I was 5.
Exactly, yeah.
What do you mean you've never seen a fossil?
Yeah. So here we go. This actually illustrates well the tilting of the beds here. Again, I'm holding the camera level right here. If I brought like a spirit level, I could prove it. But you see that those trees are growing up straight up. But yeah, take a look at that. This stratigraphy here. All these different layers like this. Really flaky stuff. So it really likes to erode. That is something we'll be talking about when we look at the tracks later too, is that this isn't, this is an outdoor area. It's subject to wind and rain and freeze thaw and everything else. And so those tracks are, even though they've been around for 100 million years, they're still temporary in that sense. Like, they're around forever. They will erode over time.
Yeah, it's because it's so dry here. It just evaporates off of you, so people don't know.
Oh, and thank you. We've got Andrew Milner in chat.
Oh, hi.
Andrew says there's regulations when it comes to soft-bodied preservation in invertebrates. That's good to know.
There we go.
Okay, so if you have exceptional preservation of an invertebrate.
Okay.
So,
I don't know.
nobody tried to collect any anomalocarids or anything.
It just
and then, yeah. I'm sure clams are fine, yeah. Bivalves are So right over here, I would be looking for tracks. I don't know if these are going to be sauropod tracks or if those are just erosional features.
Are those ripples?
But those are ripples, yeah.
What is that?
So, ripples.
From the water?
So you know, like when we go to Alameda Beach and you see those ripples on the shore?
Yeah, where the
Yeah.
shorebirds go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that from 100 million years ago.
It must have
Those same ripples along the shoreline. How cool is that?
So cool.
Yeah.
And Danny, is that the desert varnish?
Desert varnish? Yeah. There's some desert varnish there.
He was explaining this to me earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, desert varnish.
nice.
So amazing.
Very cool. There's lots of lichen growing on there as well. But good stuff. Yeah. Anyway, Andrew, I hope you're doing well. Everybody, that's Ubrontes 1 there in chat. That is paleontologist Andrew Milner, who is curator of the St. George Dinosaur Discovery Site Museum and an expert on dinosaur tracks himself. So, Andrew, it's awesome to have you here. This is my first time at Dinosaur Ridge, and man, I'm excited. Yeah. I felt really bad, like, talking to the folks in there because I didn't email them beforehand or didn't really have a chance to contact anybody. So, again, thank you to the people who run this place for, being so kind to me. And again, we're running this as a fundraiser, too, for that organization, the Friends of Dinosaur Ridge. So, if you've got a few dollars rattling around in your bank account that you wouldn't mind parting with, they would really appreciate it. We've got a sign right here, Dakota Sandstone. Check that out. So we've gone up into the Cretaceous. I guess at some point we moved from Jurassic to Cretaceous. It's like a 50 million year unconformity there. So we're going to be looking at some dinosaur tracks from about 100 million years ago.
I would guess Andrew has been here before.
Oh yeah, no, Andrew's probably very familiar with this place. Oh yeah, Chaotic Time Traveler says, I saw the presentation at SVP in Minneapolis. Yeah, that was Amy Atwater who gave that talk. Really cool stuff. Yeah, what is this?
I might know who spoke of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, what a text.
Local artist, maybe?
Yeah.
You gonna name him?
Yeah, I will tell you off stream how I know that person.
Cool. Awesome. See, kaseysnowart knows all the artists in town.
I do.
They come to her looking for art advice.
I don't know about that. No, he actually has a whole bunch of them. If you drive up 93, they look just like this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're really big. There's the Triceratops and a few others.
Nice. I'd love to see Eolambia getting some love. Again, this is one of these underappreciated dinosaurs.
Take a picture.
I'm going to see that a bunch of times, but yeah. Eolambia. Super cool. And I love this sign, too. Beautiful.
I mean, I won't blame the kids. It is tempting.
Yeah.
It is climbing size. The Crocodile Creek.
Crocodile Creek.
Yeah.
Colorado's dinosaur hunting crocodiles dragged their claws across the sandy shallows. Yeah, there we go. I'm well aware these are not modern-day crocodilians. They're not within clade crocodilia, but Alexander Morrison is here in the chat.
Put it on your eyes, Danny. See the scratches there? Yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, very successful group, the Crocs and their Mesozoic forebears. Pretty neat. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and ascend the stairs. And Andrew says that Dinosaur Ridge is #1 track site in the USA.
Okay.
St. George is #2.
Well, they're both excellent.
They are both excellent.
And there's a very nice curator at St. George.
Right.
Thank you again, Andrew. And for those who don't know, impromptu guided my mom and I around the St. George fossil site when I was on my way to TwitchCon.
That is so
Without
awesome.
knowing that I knew Danny, which was so kind.
Wait, so you didn't lead with that?
No, I didn't. I didn't mention it.
So that just shows how nice of a guy Andrew is.
He's very nice.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, thank you again. It was super fun. My mom was overjoyed, and so was I, obviously.
All right. Above and below Crocodile Creek. Nice. Oh yeah, and there's what look like ornithopod tracks.
Yeah,
I know, right?
That's right for us.
How cool is that? There's one there. I should have brought my laser pointer, but you see a track right there.
Yeah.
Another one there. You see them?
Wait till you get to the side of it.
Yeah.
So Eubrontes or not Eubrontes?
Not Eubrontes. No, Eubrontes is a theropod. It's got the claws on it. So this is. It does have 3 toes like Eubrontes.
Right.
I don't know what the ichno genus is for this. Because like we talked about, the tracks have different names from the animals. This is really hard to match them up.
There's another one down there that's labeled with all the different...
Nice. Andrew would know off the top of his head. But, yeah. But very cool. So, ornithopod tracks. And...
Just out there in the wild.
Yeah.
Getting rained on. That's the part that comes
Right, yeah.
It's like just being here.
There was a really cool talk by Amy Atwater at SVP a couple years ago about this site and what they're doing to try and preserve the tracks. And there are certain ones that have become exposed more recently, but a lot more that have become much more weathered, so they're much more difficult to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It'd be cool if they could build a structure over this, but for a number of reasons, that's very difficult.
Yeah. It's so long.
Yeah. And, Ornithomimosauripus? Wait, really? These are much bigger, like ornithopod-like tracks here. I would imagine those other ones are from an ornithomimosaur. These are going to be the big, like, Eolambia tracks. I presume. I could be wrong. Yeah.
Nice fat one down there. Maybe chat next to you. That one does look like it has big, skinny toes, to be fair, I guess.
Yeah.
But they have really chunky feet.
And Frozen Yak says, kaseysnowart, he's near where you are. Why aren't you bugging? I mean, helping him. And then Frozen Yak sees that you're here on camera. And
Hi.
I think I assumed that you were just in chat.
Oh, no, I'm listen.
Here in the flesh. Yeah. Yeah. But how cool is this? Another track right there. That's big. That's like, probably 14 inches across at least.
Yeah, I wish there was... We need a banana for scale.
Yeah. Again, if I'd had time to prepare for this properly, I would have brought a laser pointer along to be able to point out these tracks. But there's one there. Looks like another one there. Another one here. I'm just continuing up. It's the dinosaur living its best life, walking around, leaving tracks in the sand. Cool stuff.
Not mountain climbers, despite what it looks like.
Right, yeah. Again, to be abundantly clear about this was all flat and level during the Cretaceous.
What happens when mountains grow.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Again, I think it's really good for people to have this kind of perspective. Like, we were talking to our rideshare driver on the way up. He was like, I don't really think about that often, but it's just, we were talking about the perspective that geology and paleontology can give you. It helps you see the world in a different way. And he's like, we all think that we're so important, but these animals lived here 100 million years ago, and...
For me, it's the same level of awe I get looking at the stars and feeling small.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like thinking about how long everything has been here and feeling like the tiniest slice of that.
Yep.
And it makes you think about your impact during that slice.
Exactly, yeah. Is anybody going to remember me 100 million years ago from now?
Plant into a sand slope or something really fast, yeah.
Oh, we've got some invert impressions here. Nice.
Get close to these.
Little squiggly guys doing their thing. So, little worm burrows, and these might be from shrimp, like fairy shrimp. If I remember correctly, they would make these little like mud ball things like this. Super neat. So everywhere we look, there's just evidence of these different critters who lived here during the Cretaceous. Got these big pockmarks here that I'm sure are burrows. Very cool. And Reiko says the fairy shrimp is the unofficial mascot of my doctoral alma mater. Really, Reiko? That's pretty neat. They are prolific critters. They left a lot of evidence throughout the ages. Pretty neat. Any other Sukian material in that museum? Not a lot, Alexander Morrison, no. Just that one skull, which was a sculpt, by the way, which is really cool.
You haven't seen a lot of it.
Oh, the ornithopods are
If you want to see snow.
Chirorhynchium. Thank you, Andrew. Excellent.
They're going to be...
Yeah. Neat.
Can we ask you a question then?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm paraphrasing correctly, but how can a paleontologist look at a crevice like this and be like, you know what that is, though? That's a branch.
I mean, you could tell by how it is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's the answer I was hoping for. Yeah.
Clearly.
But yeah, really neat. I think part of it might be the texture, so there are striations running across
I'm looking, I do see, but when you first it just looks like a water rivulet, you know, like you would never think. And then on that note, like how does that not erode over time if this has been exposed?
It's just that the overlying rock was much softer than the hard stuff underneath. And so the hard stuff is just taking a lot longer to erode.
So it is slightly eroded probably, but just not so much.
I'm sure when this was first discovered, the striations would have been a lot more distinct.
Yeah, when you get really close, you can see little lines. It's really hard to see. But yes, now that you said that, that does look like bark. Yeah. Okay, fine. Answered my own question.
But that's the magic of ichnology. Like, it's something that I think, unlike in a lot of other sciences, you kind of have to feel your way through it sometimes. You know?
It's a bumbling science. Maybe that's why I like it.
I mean, me too. You know, it's not super numbers heavy.
Theropod scratches. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, that is really neat. So probably from something similar to Acrocanthosaurus. There's those streaks that are running across there. So there's some famous track sites, I think in Utah and Colorado, that show this, and it's very similar to modern birds when they're at like the mating grounds. The males will do this dance, will kind of scratch the ground like that. And a bunch of different bird species do this from different parts of the bird family tree. So it's from their dinosaur ancestors, given that tons of different kinds of birds do that today. And here we have evidence of that here too. Really neat. And thank you, Golganek. Donated $10 to support Friends of Dinosaur Ridge. Appreciate that, Golganek. Thank you.
Thank you for helping my local dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, Dinosaur Courtship Arena here. This is what I was talking about. Yeah. I promise I didn't read this beforehand, but there it is. Yeah. So these birds may have inherited nesting display behaviors from their dinosaur relatives. There you go. And I like that they say relatives there instead of ancestors, just because birds didn't evolve directly from big theropods like this, but from smaller theropods. So relatives is more correct, sensu stricto, than ancestors.
It's a pretty recent sign. It's talking about a 2025 study.
Cool. This site is one of the largest dinosaur lekking arenas in the world.
That word.
Yeah. So like sage grouse and prairie chickens, they have leks like that. These areas where they gather to do their courtship displays. And yeah. Oh, and there's some tracks there. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Look at this right here. Big tridactyl dinosaur track. This is probably another one of our ornithopods.
Is that the same species or different?
Could be. Yeah. There might be different size individuals here. There's another one there going this way.
Yeah.
See the three toes?
Like the toe
so we've got the heel right here, and then 1, 2, 3 toes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little toe slip right there.
Very cool. I think they might actually come through and highlight these with some dye or something like that. I forget. Amy talked about it in her talk, and I forget exactly what they use. But it's helpful. It helps
it certainly helps.
Highlight this. And here's some of the work that they're doing to try and preserve this surface, too. So I've got this rebar going in there.
It does make me kind of wonder if there's more tracks underneath this
there
layer.
Definitely
though.
are.
There must be.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to
Yeah,
be. So, like,
for
how
sure.
do you resist the temptation to, like, get in there and...
I think eventually,
Heal it up.
if this becomes eroded enough, they'll have to do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll have new tracks to
Darn.
look at.
Gotta learn more stuff.
But one of the things that they're doing here is photogrammetry. So they're making precise, intricate, very detailed digital models of every surface here. So that way they can track how much these things are eroding
Makes sense.
and all of that, yeah. But here we've got a theropod track right here. And this looks very much like an ornithomimosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this must be Ornithomimosauripus, but 1 toe, 2 toes, 3. See how much narrower they are here? Smaller than the big ornithopod tracks, too. So yeah, this would be from an ostrich mimic dinosaur.
I was going to say it's very ostrich-coated.
Yeah,
This one is a theropod too, you said? Or no?
That's probably an ornithopod.
Okay, because it's
just because the
wide.
toes look a little blunt, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if at this point these guys had lost their hallux, so some of the later ornithomimosaurs like Gallimimus and Struthiomimus, they don't have that first toe anymore, the little dew claw thing. They've gotten rid of it, and so that's one of the ways that we can tell that, you know, like if you never find any hint of that, then you can be sure it's an ornithomimosaur. I don't know if they've lost it by this point, but it looks very much like an ornithomimosaur. Yeah. Mayor of Space asks, can you make a cast of one and bring it back to your office? No, I will not be doing that. We're here to be as unobtrusive and unobnoxious as possible. What I could do is make a photogrammetric model. So just take a bunch of pictures and then try and 3D print it back home.
Like wave ripples or something.
But yeah.
It's like a whole ocean of them.
Yeah, look at that. Very cool.
Raven or whatever flying over these old tracks.
Yeah. Corvus corax over there. American raven. There's a modern dinosaur right there. Well, we've had theropods here for a while, you know.
Yeah, this is cool.
Ripple marks, yeah. Very cool.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Doing a black chat's view.
No, you're... It's a fisheye lens, so it like...
Oh.
Yeah.
Getting bugs.
Chat gets a pretty good view of everything.
I heard that people at the market talking about it.
But look at this, these ripple marks. 100 million years old, maybe 105. It's just like you would see on a beach today, you know, after the tide goes out. Pretty darn cool. What an awesome link to the past here.
They start going.
I guess there's an audio tour here. Wow. You can purchase the audio tour, chat, if you would like to. Super neat. This is awesome. This is very, very cool. Again, if anybody has a chance to visit Dinosaur Ridge here in Colorado, it's just outside of Denver. I'm kind of surprised that there's not just crowds of people here, you know? This is such a cool thing. It's kind of a hidden gem, I guess. Make sure you visit if you're ever in this part of the world.
It's just more. We like as much desert as possible. People always forget Colorado's a high desert.
Yeah.
Like we really don't. Although they do love to say we have more sunny days here than California. It's not as warm, but a lot of sun.
I mean, the cloudy days are usually warmer during the winter, right?
Not here. Because
Not here?
It's so dry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The heat just totally escapes as soon as there's no light.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my friend.
This.
Well, anyway.
Yeah?
I grew up in Texas where it's very humid, and when I tell people I sleep with my windows open in Texas, they're like, what? How? I'm like, it's like 30 degrees outside. I don't need an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
Very cool. All right, so here's just to give you your bearings here. Helpfully highlighted in this darker color are all these tracks. You see the ornithomimosaur tracks, big ornithopod tracks. Very cool. Do we have sauropod tracks here, or are these just kind of potholes?
They might actually be. I can't recall. It'll say over.
3 dinosaur species represented, and 1 croc. 39 individual animals made more than 250 footprints, just right here. How cool is this? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I mean, they had kept.
Yep, and just like Andrew was saying, this track set is rated #1 in the nation by paleontologists. Number 2, of course, is St. George. Yeah. We've got those hadrosaur tracks, probably Eolambia or somebody similar. And ornithomimids here. And crocs. What's our third species of dinosaur then? Is it that we have 2 different hadrosaurs? Yeah, check that out. Do we have sauropods too?
Well, if the circles are
Yeah.
I think I would label them if they were.
Super cool. So, I've said this before many times, I'll say it again. Tracks are really, really important for kind of getting a better sense for what life was like back during this time. You can dig up the bones of an animal, and that can tell you a tremendous amount about what that critter was like. But tracks give you something altogether different. This is something that animals during their lifetimes, they left evidence of their existence here, doing their natural behaviors. We can tell how fast they were moving. If we have a good sense for like how tall the animal is, its hip height, then we can tell the stride length and we can calculate how fast they were moving. We can tell something about their posture by how close together the tracks are. So, you can argue about morphology and whether it would have allowed animals to sprawl their limbs out to the side or whatever. But when you look at the trackways, you can actually tell at a glance, oh shoot, these animals had a fully upright stance, legs directly underneath their body, because the tracks are so narrow in their gauge. Does that make sense? All kinds of stuff like that we can tell from tracks like this. It's pretty cool. And there's just so many of them here. I mean, pretty awesome. Yeah. And I'll see you later, Verified. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you later at the end of the BC, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah. But look at that. Just incredibly cool. Again, so this is probably, it's hard to tell if it's right or left foot, but 3 toes. Eolambia type dinosaur.
It's an answer to your circle question.
Oh, yeah?
The circles are vandalized.
Oh, shoot.
That's why they don't look right.
People vandalize those? That is really lousy to hear.
I think this little bit is interesting, Danny.
Yeah.
The skinny-toed carnivores have greater distance between their tracks.
Moving
so
faster.
Move faster.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's something, you can only learn from tracks, right?
Exactly,
Very cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
There's also, I don't know if we have examples of it here, but there's some, at least at St. George, where you can see the ground cracking because the track had dried.
Yep.
And then another animal came by, so you can gauge,
you get an overprint.
maybe they were hunting them, or maybe they're just going the same way.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we have any other cracks here.
Oh, these ornithomimid tracks are so cool. Yeah, so we...
It's just some takeaways, I think.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that, Laurdee, about the fast running, because those guys have a reputation for being the fastest of the non-bird dinosaurs. The ostrich dinosaurs, the ornithomimids. So they are, I guess, upholding that that reputation here by moving pretty quickly across the surface, leaving widely spaced tracks. I mean, you can think about that at home, like, if you're running, you're going to be taking a much longer stride than if you're just casually walking, going for a leisurely stroll or something. Same with these guys.
Like if you try to make a footprint out of any of these random divots.
Yeah. And Dr. Terra says, is there a chance that Eolambia had those quill-like spike things as well, being closely related to new quill dinosaurs? High likelihood, yeah. Yeah. The timing didn't quite work out for us to be able to interview Filippo about that new paper that he's an author on, with the weird iguanodontian dinosaur with the cool quills on it. But we'll talk about that at some point after I get home. Pretty darn cool. So, and I like this. We're kind of at the tail end of the early Cretaceous here. It's just like Jim Kirkland says, we really need a middle Cretaceous, you know? Get like the Cretaceous Working Group on that. Let's get this thing revised. The Cretaceous is a super long geological... It's longer than the entire Cenozoic era, and we only have early and late. Those are our 2 epochs here. Someday, we'll probably get a middle designated in there, but... Yeah. Pretty cool. And it's interesting that they're talking about ornithomimids as carnivores here, which I can see where they're going with that. They are theropod dinosaurs that we typically think of as being carnivorous. But the ornithomimids themselves, they may have been mostly herbivorous, and some of them may have been specialized in eating fruit. I know there's some papers that have come out recently about oviraptorosaurs. They may have been specialty fruit eaters. They start to become really widespread around the same time that flowering plants become really widespread. So there could be an interesting connection there. It could be that the rise of flowering plants, many of whom produce fruits, led to the rise and success of the oviraptorosaurs. And maybe the ornithomimosaurs are sort of in that milieu as well. Maybe they also were adapted to exploit new angiosperms as they were developing. These flowering plants that are kind of fresh on the scene around this time. I think the earliest flowering plants we have are about 120 million years old. So it's about the right time for that to coincide with the rise of the ornithomimosaurs and oviraptorosaurs. No climbing. More ripple marks here. Just beautiful. Yeah.
Just reiterating that this was underwater.
Yeah. I like that they clearly put that sign there at the bottom early on. It's like, oh, you're still impressed by ripples at this point. You haven't seen any of the dinosaur tracks.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see a lot of ripples through here. And they're all very cool, but...
I'm sure there's lots of things walking nearby.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Who knows what?
I saw over there on the sign, the interpretive sign, they had 2 different kinds of ornithopod tracks from the same animal. You've got the hind feet, which are really easy to recognize, but little piddly, single little potholes for the front limbs, the hands essentially. Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah. I didn't spot any of those. They must be more difficult to see. And for a lot of these guys, depending on how fast they're moving, they might step on their handprints with their feet, and so they kind of,
Or do you think they could have been moving bipedally?
Yeah, they could be.
That's
Yeah.
definitely...
It's difficult to say with a lot of these guys. We're still kind of trying to figure out how bipedal versus quadrupedal a lot of these animals are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then when you get that kind of overprinting.
All these burrows.
Yeah, there we go.
So many.
Bumps and burrows. Shrimp worms and other crawlers burrowed into wet sand and mud, leaving behind squiggles, bumps, and blobs. So yeah, little shrimpy guys, little worms. Really cool that we've got all these preserved.
Butt check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Little ornithopod track right there. Beautiful. So this sort of thing we call bioturbulating the... So
I imagine there's modern parallels to this.
Oh, yeah.
To help
No, for
us
sure,
be like,
yeah.
oh, that's definitely that thing.
a big part of what paleoethnologists do is they'll look at modern environments and they'll document, like, here's what a burrow from this kind of worm looks like. Here's what it looks like from a fairy shrimp. And then we can recognize those same patterns in the fossil record. Really cool. Yeah. Pretty awesome. So that's bio... And then on a larger scale, we have dinoturbation.
Oh.
Which is when dinosaurs are like churning up the
They
substrate.
stomp around and make nesting sounds?
Especially like sauropods and stuff.
Well, I was actually wondering,
You hear the word
like, how
dinoturbation
much
there
of
sometimes.
Those little ripply things, like, could that have been some of that, or no? Is that just
So these
the
are
rock?
going to be little worms and
Well,
critters
not the little lines, like
Yeah.
the parts that look like little divots.
Oh, yeah.
Like, could that have been some of that? And we just can't identify it, or
Maybe.
is it just erosion?
If there are... Some of it could be that, like, if there's dinosaurs walking along over this layer, you can get what we call under tracks, where like as the
like
foot
a
comes
layer
down,
like that layer.
yeah. So it actually deforms the layer underneath it as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't know enough about this kind of thing. Andrew would be the guy to talk
It's really
to.
hard to pinpoint.
But yeah, no, it is. Yeah,
How would you?
and then you get over tracks as well, and there's all kinds of. I don't know. We could really get into the weeds in this if we wanted to. There's a lot to
This is the
discuss.
stream for weeds. So. Space is how public this road is. Like,
Yeah.
these people who just biked right by.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder how often they think about the fact that they're biking by, like,
Right.
ancient history of our planet here. Or they just grew up here maybe and they're used to it.
Yeah. Now, that is one cool thing that I really appreciate about kind of the Intermountain West is that people who have lived here for a long time, maybe their parents or grandparents grew up here, they've all got stories about fossils. Yeah. Like, you just grow up in this environment, and it means you have a personal connection to dinosaurs and marine reptiles and track sites and all kinds of stuff like this. Yeah, we've got some kind of faint ripples, but yeah. Yeah, and then this is something I became very familiar with in Montana when I lived there, is the buck rail fence.
Yeah.
I learned that's what this is called. Yeah.
This is a ripple rock just holding up the fence.
Yeah,
See,
there you go. Yeah.
This is how the shells get treated in Texas.
Yep.
It's just rocks.
And then we've got little fairy shrimp, little mud balls there too. Yeah, pretty neat. Near Moab, Utah, there's a lot of different places where, like, you'll have a parking lot and it's surrounded by just boulders that people have placed there. Kind of, they didn't want to build a fence. It's like, let's just stick boulders here. And, like, there's dinosaur tracks on them, just out in a parking lot.
It feels almost irreverent, but I guess when they're so common, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, when they've tumbled down and they're isolated like that, they're not as scientifically important, because if they're out of context, then it's more difficult to really glean any information out of them.
GPS pinpoint your fossil findings.
Exactly. Yeah. And critically important. But dinosaur tracks are also not rare. They are more common than dinosaur body fossils. Which makes a lot of sense, because if you're an animal, you have one skeleton.
That's true, you make a lot of footprints.
Yeah, but yeah, during your lifetime, you're probably leaving a lot of traces of yourself all over the place. Yeah. So this whole area, I remember hearing Martin Lockley talk about this a few years back. This area here and like around Denver, Colorado, and I think stretching into eastern Utah, it's more or less like a contiguous super track site. Mm-hmm. So like if you follow rock horizons along, you will find tracks dozens of miles away, hundreds of miles away. Just anywhere that you have rocks preserved that dinosaurs were walking around, you will find their tracks if you know what to look for, which is so cool. And honestly, like paleoecology, the study of fossil traces like footprints, is kind of underrepresented. We don't have as many people working on this as we should, and there isn't as much grant funding coming in and all kinds of stuff like that. It's, paleoecology, the study of fossil traces, really deserves more love and more attention, So that's one of the reasons why I was so excited to come here to help show this off. It's important stuff, There will be other tracks in here, I'm sure, but they're just not quite as pretty. Yeah.
I'm a little distracted sometimes by the rock colors.
Yeah.
And I just won't paint them.
Yeah, so what are you thinking about here as an artist when you see this landscape?
Well, I get distracted by a lot.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of visually things happening in the Rockies, but I mean, this is a very winter color palette. Yeah. For sure. Rock textures, I think, are super interesting. Like, I love the pancaking of rocks. Like, St. George, I literally could not stop staring out the window as we drove through. Like, anywhere we went, it was just like a beautiful rainbow of stratigraphic layers. Yep. And, I don't know, like, I take visual notes. I think most artists do. Probably like a scientist does. You're taking visual notes and observing.
For sure, yeah.
That's why I say that art and science are so similar.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's just a highly trained observation eye.
Yeah.
So like the order of the cracks or whatever, that's what I'm thinking about. How they break off in squares. And I'm taking notes about the next time I paint rocks.
Right, yeah.
Like, how does that look? What is that? Especially in person, as opposed to looking in a book or something.
Right.
There's a lot more information.
Very cool.
I also just want to find fossils, so.
Yeah. It helps when we get these long, continuous, mostly flat surfaces. It's harder to find tracks when everything's all scraggly like this.
Darn vegetation. Building a mountain.
There's some more of those ripples there. Pretty big ones.
So I think it curves around. I don't know if we can look past the last major track site, but I've never been up around the corner, so I don't know how much time you have. Yeah. So this is the main track site that we just saw.
Okay, yeah.
Raptor tracks up here.
Oh.
Sauropods.
Bulges. Interesting.
Potentially.
Okay. It'd be cool to walk up there if we're up for that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, what do you think, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Cool.
I climb my nose, but I think that's the point of the curve right there.
And Zushi Set says, looking at things in person is looking at them in context. It helps the artist too, not just the scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is why often at times I think scientists are much better artists than they think they are, because they spend so much time looking at, like, you can pick out when something is wrong.
Yep.
Very often if you ask a scientist to draw something they've studied, it's really well drawn.
Yep. Oh, look at these ripples here. Oh, man.
Most of the parks do that.
Very cool. Awesome.
I've never been this far, so I've always stopped at that main track. So everything past here is new for me.
But speaking to what Casey was saying there, I know I've heard wise people tell me that, drawing, like being able to take an image and put it down onto paper like that, drafting, I guess. It's really the art of seeing. You're noticing details and you're calling attention to them and you're putting them onto the paper. It's like the art of drawing is the art of seeing, and that's what scientists are doing as well. So it's a very similar skill, maybe even the same skill.
I have this theory that artists and scientists are the same people who just took very different paths with their fixations.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
I really think that they're basically cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
And this is part of why, too, I think that it's helpful for artists and scientists to get fresh perspective.
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
If you're not getting outside of for an artist, maybe your own environment, but for a scientist, perhaps your own field, and, like, observing something different, you're not going to have, like, that inspiration or that new neural pathway.
Agreed,
to, like, think about something differently.
Because you are kind of training your brain in a way.
You are.
Yeah. That sometimes those are the same person. So, like, paleo artists, there are a number of paleo artists who also do fossil science, Yeah. They do field work, they publish papers, they're conducting research. So
there are a very high percentage of artists who stop doing art and become biologists or
really?
zoologists. It's a very common
Interesting.
path. Yeah.
We got the trail. Should we go up here? Yeah.
You want to go a little ways? I don't know. So that looks like it's a hiking trail up to pretty sure the road is, if you want to
Let's
see.
do Arthur Lakes.
I do. Arthur Lakes Library down in School of Mines.
Nice, yeah.
I went there the other day, actually. But yeah, he's the very famous local paleo figure.
So he may have been born in England or Scotland or something, I forget. But he was working as a school teacher here, I think in Morrison, Colorado, or nearby. And he ended up finding some really important fossils. And so he worked, I think, with both Cope and Marsh. May have been mostly Marsh. But he ended up finding a bunch of really important fossils, and then he would excavate them and then ship them back to the East Coast so that the paleontologists could describe them. And so one of the big parts of Arthur Lakes' legacy is that he was an accomplished artist, and he would paint watercolor sketches of his field sites. And he paid very close attention to the colors and the intricacies of the landscapes, and so his watercolor sketches ended up being really important for paleontologists like a century later who were trying to relocate some of these sites.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they could look at his detailed use of color when he was painting the rocks, the attention to detail in these different ridge lines and stuff in the background, and that allowed paleontologists to re-find some of these historical fossil sites so they could see if paleontologists at the time had left anything behind. They could look at the stratigraphy, figure out the rock layering and everything else.
Yeah,
important stuff.
Attention to detail.
Exactly, yeah.
Highly trained observation eye. It's really necessary. In art, I talk about how training your observation eye fills your visual library too. Yeah. Which I imagine with science is like your found knowledge. Mm-hmm. But it would be the same thing, like when you're drawing something from imagination as an artist, picturing it in your head. I've never talked to an artist who's like, pulling from that wealth of observation to create an image or to design something.
So it's like you have a general feel for how things should be. It's not like you're copying off of a photograph in your brain. It's, yeah.
A lot of people have that misconception of me.
Right.
And that's really, it sounds really like highfalutin to say that, but that's like...
It's true though, yeah.
That's the way to explain it.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to draw a picture of a dinosaur. What do I know about dinosaurs? Like, okay, let's throw that in there. I love this.
Yeah, look at this. So again, this really highlights the tilting of those beds there.
That's red rocks. Oh, I didn't know we'd get a good view of red rocks. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. Pretty special. And you can tell this is an area with a lot of erosion. They've put this chain link stuff over here to prevent against rock slides, rock falls.
I just want to say you're both doing very well for somebody from sea level on day 2.
I spent a lot of my year out in
Definitely
the...
whispered, I'm going to turn back, like 200 yards ago.
Oh.
And I was like, no, I got to
Now you're here?
go. You didn't hear me, I got to go.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
What a Oh, we've got Filippo here in chat. How you doing, Filippo?
Hi,
He says hello to you too, Casey.
We were talking about your paper in Art Gym this morning.
Oh, maybe I'll turn up the over... I forgot to do that. Here, I can do that. Thank you, Claire. It still says that I'm in Santa Cruz. Gosh darn it. That was the one thing I missed, huh? I don't know if I can do that on... I don't think I can turn that off, unfortunately.
Well, if they can't figure out this isn't Santa Cruz,
Yeah.
hopefully the context of mountains.
I remember the chat commands and the title and everything else, but it's just... Nice, okay. So, world-famous concert venue?
There's actually, if you own a pool, there's a visitor center that's open until either 4 or 6.
Okay.
So basically, when the mountains being formed, you can see these rocks look so different because they literally got flipped.
Gotcha.
And so that's like, if you're seeing that it looks different,
Yeah.
because the mountains made them.
Right.
And turned them upside down. And that's why you're seeing the bottom, you're seeing the oldest rock.
Yeah.
Or the youngest rock. Yeah, so
Yeah.
in the red.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. They've got a visitor center that they're remodeling. And they renamed it after Martin Lockley, who's a world-famous dinosaur track site expert. He did a lot of work in this area. He was really instrumental in establishing Dinosaur Ridge as a thing. All right.
Over here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, nice. There you go. Very nice. And thank you, MF Jonesy, for the $15 to support Friends of Dinosaur Ridge. Appreciate that. Thank you for your brother. And hang on, are we getting... Okay. We were talking about the imperfections in cellular data of mobile live streaming. We are getting music apparently playing over the stream. We're picking up a radio station or something right now. That's what everybody check. Oh boy. It does happen. It's like someone is using the same frequency. Yeah. We almost hear the radio more than you at this point, oddly, says Claire.
Oh no.
I wonder if it's this? Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Is it better now?
See if that improves things at all. Front range overlook. Nice. Alright. Really old rocks here. Those 300 million years of wind and water deposited horizontal layers of sand still covered in gold. The environment changed over time. The layers were buried, compacted, and eroded. Subsequent uplift and erosion angled and exposed the many formations. Today, each rocky section represents a different ancient landscape separated by moon. Pretty cool. Okay, I guess we're picking up 2 different radio stations now.
One is music and one is
news. Huh.
Yeah, maybe it'll improve over here.
I've never heard your streams do that before.
It did that one time when I was IRL streaming in San Francisco.
Huh.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. The dromaeosaur tracks. We've got these characteristic 2-toed footprints here. And maybe a little hint of digit 2. So the way that they're numbered, there it is. Oh, that's so cool.
I love the red target.
Yeah.
I was like, where is it?
I wonder if... I bet you Martin Lockley discovered that.
How would you look at that?
I mean,
Look
it's
up
like
and-
we were talking about, just having that,
Just kind of,
those practiced eyes, you know?
You know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know enough, clearly. I gotta
Very
learn
cool.
more.
So this is the left foot right here of a raptor dinosaur, a dromaeosaur. So digit 1, 2 is the big sickle claw, 3 and 4. So we've got digit 4, 3, and then a little hint of 2 right there. That's a cast of that track. Super neat. And so that would be an under track right there. Nice.
I used to see it kind of sounds like
Yeah.
there's like a background crowd. There's not, I can hear you.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
there's that at least.
Yeah, thank you for checking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that would stress me out. So.
yeah. Anywho, cool stuff. Should we go ahead and walk back down the same way we came?
Up
Yeah,
to you
I
guys.
think so.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
15 blocks.
We do have a walking. I actually didn't even know this side of this.
Do we see the sauropod bulges? No, not yet.
Those are right down there.
They are.
That's what the map said.
Are we up for walking down there real quick? Okay.
Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
The map is
nice. Okay.
So, sauropod
so
bulges
We're here.
right there. Okay,
I
yeah.
think it's that next little.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that.
And there's another bone bed there.
Nice. If anybody's just joining us, welcome to near Morrison, Colorado. Dinosaur Ridge is what this magical place is called. Yeah, I'm Danny Anduza, paleontologist. Here is kaseysnowart, artist.
Just an artist.
Yeah, and a local here. So, this is Casey's area.
A lucky local.
Yeah, this is so cool to have right in your backyard.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I should definitely. This just reminded me I need to come and appreciate it more. It's easy to hyper-focus on
Yeah,
art and just
for
do
sure,
that all
yeah.
the time. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, just over there, the North and South Table Mountains,
Uh-huh.
I found like some T-Rex
Right,
teeth and stuff. And also Triceratops Trail. And I heard about. I think that's also a track site. That's in Golden.
Nice. Yeah.
So much of that.
I heard there's ceratopsian and sauropod tracks.
Yeah, very cool.
That's right next to a golf course.
Really?
It's called Fossil Trace. And
Yeah.
I think they found fossils there too.
That's funny.
This whole place is
It's just like in St. George, where there's
It's just
tracks
everywhere.
right next to the golf courses. Yeah. So here we go. I think this is underlying
Morrison Formation here.
The red?
Yeah, I think so.
So there's some sort of a contact here between the Dakota Formation and the Morrison underneath.
But Morrison Formation is famous for its like reds and grays like that.
Oh. Is that pretty universal? Like, no matter where. Like,
There's different parts of the Morrison. I think it's the... I always forget. I don't know if it's the Tidwell member or the Brushy Basin member of the Morrison. But, yeah. Oh, you're good.
Just dumb voice in my head saw that black line. I was like, the cave. No, it's not.
Oh, but there is, like, a juncture between the Jurassic and the Cretaceous here, but there's, like, 50 million years missing. Big unconformity, like we say in geology.
I just like how painted it was. This is like a tiny version of St. George.
Yeah. Really cool.
I really was not ready for this. It was so
When you were
pretty.
driving through?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
I had borrowed this stuff to entertain me for the drive. Now I just stared out the window. It's like every 20 minutes, a new landscape.
Yep.
For those of you in Utah, you're very lucky. Oh, thank you. I think
Yeah, they should be right under there, I bet. Yeah. Very cool.
And Toilet Gator says the odds of happening to live in the relatively brief window of time where the tracks are exposed but not eroded away is really cool. It is really cool. Yeah.
Also makes you wonder what we've missed.
Yeah,
That what has eroded, you know? Like,
because I mean, we can think of it about
any slice of time would have that.
Yeah, about us being really lucky, but like Casey was saying, that
Not to discount the luck. It immediately makes me wonder what we're missing. I'm like,
Yep.
oh no, we've missed like billions of other animals.
Yep. And what will be exposed in the future, you know?
Start
Yeah.
thinking.
Pretty cool. Cross section of a dinosaur track. Oh, nice.
Okay, now this.
So
is
that's
the-
got to be
the cast of the track?
here, I imagine. Yeah, like the under track. Cool.
I learned about these at St. George.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
see a lot of these raised ones, and I was like, wait.
There's probably another one right there, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, and here.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
And this is why they call it, it makes sense, the bulges.
Yeah.
Okay, so the layer that fell down from here was the one that sort of had the impression. And this is what's left behind.
Bulges. There we go. Protuberancias. Claro que sí.
bulges are made on flat ground by animals sinking and squishing into the many layers below. You see them now from the bottom side because of uplift and erosion.
That is really cool.
Like
Yeah.
Oof, bulge right there.
And actually, I think the direction of these helps make more sense too. A lot of times when you see them, they're flipped upside down, and people are like, "Wait, why? What do you mean it's the impression?"
Yeah. Yeah, there's another one right there. Very cool. Sauropod. Awesome. Very cool. That is really neat.
And then there's a bone bed supposedly down there.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's go take a quick look.
At the bone bed.
So underneath these rocks, there's just going to be tracks galore.
Yeah.
It also makes you wonder, like, how many times...
Construction crews have come through doing road cuts and stuff, and they just cut straight through everything. And
I was
Never
wondering
realized,
that the
yeah,
other day, 'cause
yeah.
I know that when they find fossils at a construction site, they're supposed to stop a paleontologist.
in most places, yeah.
How often does that not happen, do you think?
Quite often.
I don't know what to look for.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
who knows how many of those have been cut through, you know?
Okay. Behind a track. Yeah. Good spot. It is right there.
The observation line.
There's the heel. 1, 2, 3 toes. I'm guessing this is probably a left foot. I think that's digit 2, 3, and 4. That's my guess. Sure, certain times of the day, that's probably
Nice.
But yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Right there. Awesome.
Do you know what kind of theropod? Just any kind. What
Yeah.
are your favorite kind? Chuck?
A bee hummingbird.
Oh, yeah. They were real big
Emperor
back then.
penguin, yeah. Probably some sort of allosauride.
I just couldn't remember if they had listed them.
Yeah. Given this is the Morrison Formation, you've got Allosaurus, Corvosaurus. You've got probably rare things like Ornitholestes. So not very high likelihood that it's that. Yeah. There we go, yeah. Take a look at the bone bed, and then we'll go back up and find Laura. So yeah, that's where we went originally, huh?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, why did
Yeah. So when we were taking the ride share here, took us there originally. We had to think quickly and find the visitor center that was open.
Oh, they'll feel free that happens with the local too.
And that's going to be open around Labor Day, Memorial Day, I think. So. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Right there.
Yep. Hueso de dinosaurio. It's like a long bone. Could be a limb. These almost look like they're cross sections of cervical vertebrae right here. They're like big neck bones. You've got all those air sacs and pneumaticity, I should say, in the neck vertebrae.
So why would they leave it here and not excavate it? Just too hard to get to?
Yeah, and
it's
probably... I mean, if you were to dig in here, like, you risk having everything fall onto you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do like living.
Yeah.
Paleontologist did as well.
And here, it's probably not going to be super scientifically important. There's really more value in leaving it here for the public to be able to enjoy.
Is this another pumpkin, or is that just a rock?
That looks like kind of more rock, yeah. Alright. Yeah, here's some bone here. So if you look up close, you can actually see the bone texture. So you can see, like, the little bone cells.
Yeah, I'm still not very good at sizing, because, like, to me that looks like the same color.
So, like, here's classic bone texture right here.
Oh, true.
See that kind of sponginess? Yeah. Right here. There we go. There's a cross section of the bone right there. Yeah. Limb bone that could be tibia or something like that. Yeah. Very cool. There's stuff like this all over the place.
Rock hounds, especially in Utah, have a name for dinosaur bone from the Morrison Formation. They call it Morrisonite, like it's a mineral that you can go to the guidebooks and stuff like that, especially from a few decades ago.
So there's not really a way to identify what kind of bones these are, most likely.
You could do it by texture. For some of these guys, theropod bone will have a different kind of texture from sauropod or ornithischian bone. I've not done a lot of work in the Morrison Formation, so if we were in the Hell Creek or the Judith River, I could tell you, like, oh yeah, this is probably hadrosaur, this is probably ceratopsian, this is probably theropod. But here, I don't know, if it's big, it's probably going to be a sauropod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, this has been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is probably disarticulated, so...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing super scientifically important is in there. So we're not going to get out.
Right, yeah. There's plenty of other places. Oh, here's more dinosaur bone right here.
Nice.
Yeah. And they've hit this with some consolidant glue to keep it from falling apart. Some Vinac or something.
Because it looks extra shiny.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Wow, super neat. Yeah, how far did we get with our fundraiser goal, I wonder? In the chat. And, Andrew says, looks like we're going out to salvage a bunch of small theropod tracks from the lower Morrison Formation next week. Very nice, Andrew. Very, very cool. Yeah, there you go. $140 rate, not too shabby for a quick little impromptu stream like this. It still says Santa Cruz up at the top. Oh boy. Anyway, we're lucky to have been able to do this at all today, so I hope folks appreciate that. And then we're coming up on 3:30. Yeah, it might be a good time actually to wrap up the stream, I think. How long have we been going for? 2 hours? It's pretty decent. I think we'll do that. I'll go ahead and wrap up, and then, we can boogie on back down to the visitor center, and hopefully I can grab a t-shirt after the close. But, I'm not sure when the next time I will be streaming will be. I don't think it'll be tomorrow. Thursday's a travel day, flying to California. I think I'll probably stream on Friday. We'll do a stream and, figure out some of that stuff. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining us today. Do we have any, let's see, who else is streaming right now? Maybe doing some science and we could raid into. Would somebody mind checking? Maybe Claire? Let's see. Thank you, Charlie Dragon. I appreciate that. I'm glad you were able to make this work, you know? Again, very impromptu. Just flying by the seat of our khaki shorts here. But glad we were able to make it work. Monterey Bay Aquarium to go on? All right, let's go right into. Well, let's go right into Yogurt Garrel. You know, that'd be good. Just say hello to. Yeah, I'll go ahead and sign off, and I'll put the starting soon screen on, and then Claire, if you wouldn't mind rating us out, that would be nice. That way I don't have to worry about that here. It gets a little finicky when I'm just working through my phone. So, everybody, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the folks at Dinosaur Ridge for making this available to the public and helping to preserve this incredible spot. Using this as an outreach tool to show people the wonders of science. It's important stuff, you know? I'm trying to do that in my own way, and I don't know, they get a lot of visitors who come through here. This is such a cool piece of Colorado's Mesozoic heritage. It's so cool to be able to see that. What a privilege to be able to share that with you today. Thank you for everybody who donated. That's it's a big deal, you know? I appreciate that you value this as much as I. We're going to be doing some more things here in Colorado for the next day or so. Then I'm going to be going back home to California. We'll do some streams from there. So I'll see everybody in a few days. Thank you so much, Casey, for being here. Let's get another shout out for kaseysnowart.
Thanks for letting me tag along.
No, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm glad this worked out. And yeah, I'll see everybody later. Let's go ahead and switch scenes, and then if we could have the mods rate out, that would be wonderful. All right, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you soon.